Hello and welcome back, guys. So in this particular session I'll be showing you why you should be using Microsoft new Windows terminal. Okay, so just go to your Microsoft Store and then just install this application called Windows Terminal. So this one is pretty good in terms of PuTTY if you're using it for SSH, right? So let's say let's open the terminal and then show it to you, so how it looks like. So open, so it basically looks like this. So it's a new tab. Okay, so everything over here is a new tab, so you can have different distributions installed over here as well. So you can have PowerShell, command prompt, everything. Okay, so let's do that. So CMD is also working, right? So similarly, what you can do is, so since that this is not the default look that you get, so what you can do is just go to settings and then you can basically set which is the default, right? So since I have set Kali Linux as the default, so you can change it as well as per your need. And another thing that you should be also conscious about is that you can have multiple profiles over here. Okay, so like this. So you can change the appearance for this CMD itself only. So similarly, you can do that same thing for Kali itself only. So you can change the font to, let's say, 1314, right? So just save it, and then that should have an effect, not immediately, but you should open a new tab, I guess. Yeah. So if I do ls, you can just basically see that, right? So another thing that you can do with this thing is that, so you can go to color schemas, change it around over here. So you can have different actions, shortcuts that you can see over here. So you can even do one of the cool things that I find with this thing is that, so let's say Control F, right? So it finds it within the code. Okay, so let's say saved. So you see, it's basically running within that terminal itself. So it's basically it finds it within that, right? So maybe you have to use grep command after all, right? So once that is also out of the way, what we can see is rendering as well. So we can have like redraw entire screen when display updates. Like you can have different software render it. So in terms of appearance, so you can have it in dark mode as well. Interaction, basically you can have it in different format, plain text, right? Another thing that you can do is, so you can see automatically copy selection to clipboard, right? So what you had to do earlier on was that, so suppose I want to copy the template, you have to press Ctrl C and then Ctrl V, right? So what this thing does is that if you enable it, so all you have to do is just select it, just right click, and that's it, it's copied, right? So it's as easy as that. Okay, so you can leave that feature open. Okay, so another thing that you can also do is just go to JSON file. So open JSON file. So it basically opens in JSON, and then after that, what you can do is you can do a lot of things. So if you go to the official thingy as well, so you can see like they have different property mentioned. Okay, so color scheme is one of them. So let's see, I'll show you the property. The property is, so over here, okay, so action, what kind of action you want it to be. So you can change all the keyboard shortcuts over here. That's within the action tab. And copy formatting is over here, all right. On select, click on copy on select is false right now. You can turn it to true. That's just what we did earlier, right? So similarly, in this case, what you can do is, you can see over here, like I have added multiple things. I'll show it to you. So if you see over here, so the color scheme is Campbell, right? And then the icon is this thing from somewhere. The name is my CMD, right? And then the starting directory is different as well, right? So how did I do that was, basically you can change the Campbell thing as well. So since it is in JSON, so it's very intuitive. Okay, it's very easy as well. So let's go to color schemas. Let's just select Campbell PowerShell. Yeah, PowerShell. So that will be the default, I guess. So we are changing it for CMD, right? PowerShell. Once we do that, and then let's just go over here, and then if we just open up the new tab, but you have to click on the drop down and just open the default. Not this thing. Where is Campbell? It's not showing over here. Okay, you know what I did? It's not showing because the hidden property is over there. So you can just do false. Okay. Once that's done, let's just save it. Now we can start to see it over here, my CMD. Okay, so if you click over there, you see it's PowerShell. So PowerShell's default color scheme. So if I change it, Campbell only, so it will be changed to this black and green. Okay, so I think in yours it's not black and green, so Campbell is not that. So I've edited it from here. I could have selected color scheme 10, but hey, let's just rename it. What should I name it? Different. Let's just write custom. And let's just select that, and then what we'll do is let's just go to JSON file and let's just edit this here, custom. Custom, that's the property name. And we go over here and then run my CMD. Okay, that's not changing. Why is that? I think that is default. That's why it's in default. That's why we have to change it for default. But what if we do that for a PowerShell or Kali Linux? Why not? Alright, so let's just try changing it for this guy. The color scheme is custom, right? So let's just go over here and then paste it, and then let's see what happens. So found a profile with an invalid color scheme, defaulting that profile to the default colors. Okay, so it's basically we have not customized it much, that's why we are getting that error. So since Campbell and that are all overlapping, right? So what we can do is, okay, custom can't be named. Okay, that's why the color scheme named not. I think it's a reserved word or something. So let's just do color scheme 10, yeah. Color scheme 10. So let's just save it. Okay. So since we can start a new tab, okay, so that's not working as well, so let's just select something else. Tango dark white. Now we should start Tango dark. This will definitely work out. See, it's working, right? So it's changed, yeah. So what I will do is I will just remove the whole thing, so it will just revert to default. So once I do that, if I go over here, so see, now it's reverted back. Okay, so that's how you can basically change a different attribute for a color scheme. This one is Campbell, right? So another thing that you can do is you can hide this profile as well. So if you have a custom color profile, you can hide it with the attribute, with the property hidden as false. So you can add different icon as well. So as if you read through the dots, what you can see is you can have like you see over here the default is Campbell, right? So even if you don't mention anything, it will be Campbell. So that's for the color scheme, right? Next thing is basically you can have different font face as well. So you can use different font as Cascada Mono. Font size can be defined, font weight can be defined, a retro effect as you would see in the classical terminals, that can be done as well. You can have different cursor as bars and everything, so you will be using cursor shape. So if I were to do that, let's just say for Kali, yeah. So let's just try that color shape, right? No, what is it? What's the property name? Property name is something. cursor shape and then vintage. Yeah, cursor shape, cursor S is capital. Yeah, cursor shape, shape, and then it's vintage. Let's just go to vintage. Vintage. So right now, what is it? Let's see as well. Let's compare as well. So right now this is one straight line. Yeah. So comp, and then if we see here now, you see it's underscore, right? So that's how you can basically change that as well. Next thing, you can have different custom icon as well. Okay, so you can basically be using different icons that you can download from somewhere. So icon, and let's just say could have used some Facebook, Instagram kind of icon. But let's see, the net is a bit slow. So I could have can just use something like this. Save as, save it to download as download. Does not matter. So in folder, and let's just copy the path first of all, and then download.png. Yeah, download.png. Okay, good. So where is it? Where is it? Okay, icon is over there. Escape character is not required. Download.png. If we save that, what the hell? Save it and then open the terminal, and then where is it? For CMD, if you see now, you see there is a custom icon, right? So you can basically customize it. So this is the good thing about it. You can do a lot of customization. The starting directory is at desktop, right? So if I don't do it in desktop, what happens is basically it will load it somewhere else. So I have to reopen it first of all. So let's just do that. See, it's opening interface, right? So that's not going inside it. So basically, yeah, if you don't want the sound, the annoying sound like with the backspace and all, so you can set the build style to none as well. Okay, so the theme is also there. So one of the best things is that you can have multiple tabs, and within multiple tabs you can have different distros running. Okay, that's the power of it, and that's what I like as well. So yeah, that's it. That's why you should basically be using Windows Terminal right now instead of PuTTY. So SSH is basically being very interesting now because of this new application by Windows. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.